Hello students, welcome to my channel. In this video, I am going to discuss the 100 most important MCQs on the international relations, which is very important for cracking many competitive exams. So be with this video till the end. If you didn't subscribe my channel yet, please hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon so that you can get the notification of my new videos. Let us start from the first question. Tories in British politics are supporters of options are liberalism, conservatism, communism, feminism. The correct option for this question is option B, conservatism. Let us know some important facts about Tories. In British politics, Tories and Whigs are two groups in British politics. Tories are associated with conservatism and they are the founder of the Conservative Party in British. Whigs are the supporter of reforms in British politics and they are supporter of the Labour Party. Which of the following would not qualify as a transnational actor? Let us see the options one by one. Multinational corporation. It would qualify as a transnational actor. An international non-governmental organization. It also would qualify as a transnational actor. The Catholic Church. It also would qualify as a transnational actor. The Indian Embassy in New York. It would not qualify as a transnational actor. So the correct option for this question is option D. Which of the following countries is Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps associated with? Iran. Match the electoral systems in list 1 with countries in list 2 and choose the correct answer. Mixed member proportional system. This type of electoral system is prevailed in Germany. First past the post system. This system is available in India. Two-round system. This system is famous in France. List proportional system. Sweden. So the correct option for this question is option A. The constructive vote of no confidence is associated with, it is associated with Germany. So the correct option is option C. Which of the following is the most correct description of geographical priorities of Modi government's foreign policy? Neighborhood, extended neighborhood, Indo-Pacific. Bicameralism is an essential characteristic of which system of government? This is the essential characteristic of federal system of the government. Bicameralism means two houses of the legislative. Federalism is the type of government where power is distributed among different levels of the government. What is the time period of UNO's Sustainable Development Goals? The correct option is option B, 2015 to 2030. In which of the following countries legislature has more power in the making of foreign policy? United States of America. In United States of America, legislature has more power in the making of foreign policy. During which of the following years did India not borrow loan from the International Monetary Fund? Let us see the options one by one. 1961, during second 5-year plan. This would not be the correct option because this year India borrowed loan from the International Monetary Fund. 1981, after the return of Mrs. Gandhi to power, this year also India took loan from the International Monetary Fund. 1991, while pledging the national gold reserves. This year also India borrowed loan from the International Monetary Fund. 2007, during the worldwide financial crisis. This would be the correct option for this question because this year India didn't take loan from the International Monetary Fund. International Monetary Fund was established in 1944 through the Bretton Woods Conference in New Hampshire, USA. 14 points statement is associated with It is associated with Woodrow Wilson. Match the correct pairs using the key given below. The roles of the Indian Navy as envisaged by India's maritime doctrine. Military role. It is related to defensive operations to protect own forces, territory, trade. Diplomatic role. Use of naval forces to build friendship. Constabulary role. Maintain good order at sea. Vinay role. Conduct hydrographic surveys. So the correct option for this question is option A. The reign of terror is associated with Jacobins of the French Revolution. Jacobins were the group of the middle class family and the leader of Jacobin club was Maximilien Robespierre. The Epidemic Diseases Act 1897 and National Disaster Management Act 2005 are being cited to control COVID-19. Which of the following are the elements of the Gujarat Doctrine? Answer using the key given below. Principle of non-reciprocity, peaceful solution of bilateral disputes. Correct option is option D. Which of the following is not an element of the India-US nuclear deal? Let us see the options one by one. Separation of nuclear plants in India between civilian and nuclear. This is an important element of India-US nuclear deal. Bringing civilian plants under IAEA supervision. It is also an important element of the India-US nuclear deal. Closure of military plants. This is not an element of the India-US nuclear deal. Signing India-specific agreement with IAEA for verification. This is also an important element of the India-US nuclear deal. So the correct option for this question is option C, closure of military plants. Who elects the judges of the International Court of Justice? UN General Assembly and UN Security Council. The SARC Motor Vehicle Agreement was proposed in November 2014 but could not be accepted due to objections from Pakistan. Subsequently, the same agreement was accepted in June 2015 by four SARC member countries under another name. Which were these countries? These countries were Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Nepal. Option A. Which of the following refugee committees have been given refuge in India? Tibetans, this is also correct. Sri Lankan Tamils, this is correct. Afghans, it is also correct. Rohingyas, this is also correct. So the correct option is option B. Which of the following statements is true? India has not signed the Trade Related Investment Measures Treaty. It is correct. It is the true statement. India was not an original member of the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade. This is also the correct statement. India has not signed the trade related aspects of intellectual property rights treaty. This is also a correct statement. India's intellectual property regime is TRIPS complaints. This is not the correct statement. So the correct option for this question is option D. India launched the vision document for the Asia-Africa Growth Corridor in May 2017. Which country is the partner of India in this project? Japan is the partner of India in this project. So the correct option is option C. Match the correct pairs using the key given below. India's water sharing agreement with neighbors. Pakistan. With Pakistan, India made the agreement for Indus Water Treaty. Bangladesh, Farakka Barrage Treaty. Nepal, Kosi Agreement. So correct option for this question is option D. Match list 1 treaty with list 2 year and choose the correct code. Treaty of Westphalia. It was signed in 1648. Treaty of Utrecht in 1713. Treaty of Paris in 1814. Peace Treaty of Versailles in 1919. After First World War, this treaty was signed. So the correct option is option C. When the Uniting for Peace resolution was adopted by the UN General Assembly, it was adopted in 1950. So the correct option is option C. Which of the following countries has adopted the method of amending the constitution by a popular vote? This is Switzerland. The Joint River Commission, constituted in 1972, was expected to solve the water dispute between India and Bangladesh. Which of the following is a correct statement with regard to Indus Water Treaty of 1960 between India and Pakistan? Let us see the options one by one. Under the treaty, India is allowed to share 20% of water of the 6 rivers flowing from India to Pakistan. This is the correct statement. India is restrained from building any dams on the 6 rivers. This is not the correct. The treaty was suspended whenever there were wars or serious tensions on the borders. This is also not the correct statement. The treaty can be revoked only through mutual consultation. This is also not the correct option. So the correct option for this question is option A. Arrange the following events related to global environment in correct chronological order and choose the correct answer from the codes given below.
Doha Conference. It was held in November 2001. Paris Agreement. It was held in December 2015. Kyoto Protocol was held in December 1997. Earth Summit. It was held in June 1992. So the correct sequence for this question is 4, 3, 1, 2. Option B. Now match the following. You have to match list 1 where names of Indians are given with list 2. In list 2, UN bodies and their posts are given. Let us see the options one by one. Hansa Mehta. Hansa Mehta served as a member of drafting panel of UN Declaration of Human Rights. Vijaya Lakshmi Pandit. She served as a president of 8th session of UN General Assembly. Nagendra Singh, president of International Court of Justice. Vinod Rai, he was the chairman of UN panel of external auditors. So the correct option for this question is option D. Which electoral system is used in USA and Britain to elect members of legislature? This is simple plurality vote. According to the UNDP's Human Development Report of 1994, which one of the following is incorrectly stated as an issue falls within the scope of human security? This is political security and energy security. Who was the UN Secretary General, took the initiative to conflict prevention and move the UN from a culture of reactions to a culture of prevention. The correct option is option C, Kofi Annan. He served as a Secretary General of the United Nations from 1997 to 2006. How the President of America is elected? Options are directly by people. It is not correct. Citizens elect the members of electoral college. These electors then cast direct vote for the president. This is the correct option for this question. Choose the incorrect statement. Let us see the options one by one. Executive power in Switzerland is held by a committee consisting of 7 members. This is correct. Switzerland's constitution of 1848 provided for a federal council. This is also correct. Each of the ministers in federal council has equal power and is elected by parliament. This is also correct. The Swiss constitution expects that the executive decisions should be taken by the president. This is not correct. So the correct option for this question is option D. In which state the upper house of the legislature gets equal representation from federating units? This is USA. Find the wrongly mentioned member of the Chicago, Michigan tradition of system theory in international relations. Harold Lasky. He was not the member of Michigan tradition of system theory. Anatoly Rappert. He was the member. David Singer. He was also the member. Morton Kaplan. He was also the member. So the correct option for this question is option A. Which of the following countries is not the founding member of OPEC? OPEC stands for the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries. Let us see the options one by one. Iran. Iran is the founding member. Iraq is also the founding member. Kuwait is also the founding member. Ecuador. Ecuador is not the founding member of OPEC. It joined in 1973. The five Islamic Republic countries of Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Venezuela are the founding members of OPEC. India's claim for permanent seat in the UN Security Council is justified for the following reasons. Let us see the reasons one by one. India has successfully conducted nuclear explosion. This is correct. India has never attacked any country. This is not the appropriate reason for this question. Indian economy is growing fast. This is also the appropriate reason. India has achieved greater diplomatic clout among third world countries. This is also the correct option. So the correct option for this question is 1, 3 and 4. D option. Examine the following statements about India's nuclear policy and mark the incorrect one. India considers nuclear non-proliferation theory as discriminatory treaty. This is correct. India is for total nuclear disarmament. This is also correct. India is against declaring South Asia as a nuclear weapon free zone. This is also correct. India is in favor of both vertical and horizontal nuclear weapon proliferation. This is not correct. So the correct option for this question is option B. Select from the following statements the main theme of the 1971 UN Declaration on Indian Ocean as a Zone of Peace. To eliminate the regional and extra-regional power presence. This is not the correct option. To eliminate the great power presence in the context of great power rivalry. This is the correct option. To make the region a zone of peace. This is also correct option. To declare the region as a nuclear weapon free zone. This is not the correct option. So the correct option for this question is option B, 2 and 3. Compare list 1 theory and list 2 scholars and select the correct codes. Liberalism. Liberalism is associated with Immanuel Kant. Realism. It is associated with Kautilya. Critical theory. It is associated with Jürgen Habermas. Dependency. It is related to Immanuel Wallerstein. So the correct option is option C. According to Huntington, which of the following countries can be considered as coming under the third wave of democratization? The correct option is option B, India and Israel. The third wave democratization in the late 20th century is a 1991 book by Samuel P. Huntington, which outlines the significance of a third wave of democratization to describe the global trend that has been more than 60 countries throughout Europe, Latin America, Asia, and Africa undergo some form of democratic transitions since Portugal's Carnation Revolution in 1974. Which of the following pairs are correctly matched? Samuel Huntington, Class of Civilization. Mikhail Gorbachev. He is related to perestroika and glasnost. Perestroika means reconstruction and glasnost means openness or transparency of the government. Henry Kissinger. He is associated with detained. So all options are correctly matched and the correct option for this question is option D. Who among the following is the pioneer of the theory of neorealism? Kenneth Ward is the pioneer of the theory of neorealism. Among the following regional groups, which has signed a free trade agreement with India? This is Association of Southeast Asian Nations. So the correct option is option B. Which of the following is not an element of India-Russia cooperation? Let us see the options one by one. Joint ventures in weapons production. This is not the correct option. Joint ventures in exploration of natural gas. This is also not the correct option. Nuclear partnership. This is not the correct option. Joint ventures in seabed exploration. This is the correct option. Option C. Which of the following statements is not true? Let us see the statement one by one. Indus Water Treaty created the Permanent Indus Commission. This is correct. Indus Water Treaty gave the control of three eastern rivers, Bias, Ravi, Shatluj, to Pakistan. This is not correct because Indus Water Treaty gave the control of three eastern rivers to India. Indus Water Treaty appointed an international mediator for resolving water disputes between India and Pakistan. This is correct. Indus Water Treaty appointed a third-party arbitrator to resolve water disputes between India and Pakistan. This is also correct. So the correct option for this question is option B. Which one of the following is not a principle of India's nuclear doctrine? Non-proliferation of nuclear technology. This is not the principle of India's nuclear doctrine. Minimum credible deterrence. This is the principle. No first use of nuclear weapons. This is also the principle of India's nuclear policy. No use of nuclear weapons against non-nuclear states. This is also the principle of India's nuclear doctrine. So the correct option for this question is option A. In which year did India host and chair the summit of the non-aligned movement? The correct option is option A, 1983. Chakmas are the migrants in India who have come from Bangladesh, who are regarded as the founding fathers of the non-aligned movement. Nehru, Sukarno, Ho Chi Minh. D option. The non-alignment movement formally came into existence in 1961 with the meeting of its founding members. The founding members are Jawaharlal Nehru of India, Joseph Broz of Yugoslavia, Gamal Abdel Nasser of Egypt, Sukarno of Indonesia, Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana. Now the assertion and reason type question. India-Vietnam friendship dates back to Cold War period. This is correct. Vietnam has supported India's bid for UN Security Council permanent membership. This statement is also correct, but this statement is not the correct reason for statement A. So the correct option for this question is option C. Which of the following is an element of India's Look East policy? Let us see the option one by one. Nuclear cooperation treaty with ASEAN countries. This is not an appropriate option. Cooperation with ASEAN countries on South China Sea disputes. This is also not the correct option. Promoting democracy in ASEAN countries. This is not the correct option. Free trade agreement with the ASEAN countries. This is the correct option. When did the UN General Assembly adopt the Uniting for Peace resolution? During the Korean War. The SALT I treaty was signed by US and Soviet Union. SALT stands for Strategic Arms Limitation Talks. It was signed by US and USSR, agreed to a limited number of ballistic missiles as well as a limited number of missile deployment sites. Who is the author of the book Diplomacy of Detent? The author of the book Diplomacy of Detent is Coral Bell. Option A. Richard Cinder is associated with which of the following approach or theory? He is associated with decision-making approach. Option B. Which of the following statements is not true? India has been attending the Shanghai Cooperation Organization summits as an observer since 2005. This is correct option. India and Pakistan started the process of full membership of SCO in 2015. This is also correct statement. Pakistan was given full membership of the SCO in 2017. This is also the correct statement. India was denied the membership of the SCO. This is not the correct option. On 9th June 2017, at the historic summit in Astana, India and Pakistan officially joined SCO as full-fledged members. Of which organizations given below is India a member? Gulf Cooperation Council. India is not the member of this organization. Shanghai Cooperation Organization. India is the member of this organization. In 2017 only, India joined Shanghai Cooperation Organization as the full-fledged member. Association of Southeast Asian States. This is not the correct option. European Union is also not the correct option. So the correct option for this question is option B. Which of the following statements is not true? The term BRIC was coined in 2001 Goldman Sachs report for the then four emerging economies: Brazil, Russia, India, China. This is the correct statement. Foreign ministers of these four countries met for the first time as a group at the margins of UN General Assembly in September 2006. This is also the correct statement. BRICS countries have held annual summits since 2011. This is not the correct statement because since 2009, BRIC countries have held annual summits. South Africa entered the group in 2010. This is also the correct statement. So the correct option for this question is option C. arrange these countries in the descending order of the volume of their trade with India. The smallest volume is US, then China, then Japan, and then Russia. So the correct option is option A. Kaladan multimodal transport project is a part of India's Look East policy. Which country is India's partner in this project? Myanmar. Trilateral highway project is a part of India's Look East policy. Which two countries are India's partner in this project? Myanmar and Thailand. Option B. Which of the following is not true about the Sagar and Initiative of India? It is the acronym of Security and Growth for All in the region. This is correct. It is a clear, high-level articulation of India's vision for the Indian Ocean. This is also correct. It includes deepening economic cooperation in the region. This is also correct. It promotes Indian Ocean as a zone of peace. This is not the correct option. So the correct option for this question is option D. Which of the following is not a feature of India's nuclear program? Collaboration with US and Canada in the early period. This is a feature of India's nuclear program. Research on fast breeder reactors. This is also the feature of India's nuclear program. Refusal to sign the partial test ban treaty. This is not the feature of India's nuclear program because India signed partial test ban treaty in 1963. Two nuclear tests 1974 and 1999. This is also the part of India's nuclear program. So the correct option for this question is option C. Under the Act East policy objectives, which of the following major projects are looked after by the government? The India-Myanmar-Thailand Trilateral Highway Project. This is the correct option. The Right Tidim Road Project. This is also correct option. Border Hearts. This is also correct option. So all of these. Option D is the correct option for this question. Some of the major projects include Kaladan Multi-Modal Transport Project, the India-Myanmar-Thailand Trilateral Highway Project, Right Rim Road Project, Border Hearts, etc. are looked after by the government under the Act East policy. Which of the following pairs is not correctly matched? Column 1, India's neighboring states are given. Column 2, pending disputes are given. China. With China, the pending dispute is Trans-Karakoram Highway. This is the correct option. Bangladesh, Tista River water. This is also the correct option. Myanmar, exclusive economic zone boundary. This is not the correct option because this dispute is not related to Myanmar. The dispute between China, Japan, Taiwan, and South Korea over the extent of their respective exclusive economic zone in the East China Sea. Pakistan, Sir Creek. This is also the pending dispute between India and Pakistan. So the correct option is option C. Which of the following pairs is not correctly matched? In column 1, India's neighboring states are given. In column 2, pending border disputes are given. China, Oxide Chain. With China, Oxide Chain is the pending border dispute. Pakistan, Trans-Karakoram Highway. This is not related to Pakistan. This dispute is related to China. Nepal, Kala Pani border. This is the correct pending dispute between Nepal and India. Bhutan, Arunachal Pradesh border. This is also the pending border dispute between India and Bhutan. So the correct option is option B. The Comprehensive Economic Cooperation Agreement was signed to boost bilateral ties between India and Singapore. The correct option is option A. Match the following pairs using the key given below. International organization with their headquarters. Universal Postal Union. This organization is located in Switzerland, Bern. United Nations World Tourism Organization. This is located in Madrid, Spain. International Fund for Agricultural Development. This organization is located in Rome. International Civil Aviation Organization. This organization is located in Montreal. So the correct option is option C. When did the WTO come into existence and where is its headquarters? WTO means World Trade Organization. The World Trade Organization came into existence in 1995 and the headquarters is located in Geneva, Switzerland. So the correct option is option D. The Nuclear Suppliers Group was formed in the year 1974. Which of the following countries is not a member of Shanghai Cooperation Organization? China is the member. India is also the member of SCO. Tajikistan is also the member. Iran is not the member of SCO. The SCO currently comprises 8 member states: China, India, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, Pakistan, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan. Who has written the book The Cold War Retrospect and Prospect? The correct option is option C, Frederick Schuman. Where is the headquarters of SARC? In Kathmandu, the headquarters of SARC is located. SARC stands for South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. Ziaul Rahman is known as the father of SARC. SARC has 8 member countries: Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. Which among the following is not included in UNDP's Sustainable Development Goals? Quality education, it is included as the Sustainable Development Goals. Poverty eradication, it is also one of the main important goals of sustainable development. Gender equality, it is also one of the main important goals of sustainable development. Traditional energy sources, this is not the goal of sustainable development. So the correct option for this question is option C. Match list 1 with list 2 by using the correct codes given below. In list 1, country's name is given. In list 2, The upper house of the legislative body is given. Japan. In Japan, the upper house of the legislative body is House of Councillors. Germany. Bundesrat is the upper house of the legislative body. Nigeria. Senate is the upper house of the legislative body. Russia. In Russia, Federation of Council is the upper house of the legislative body. So the correct option is option C. Whose name is associated with realism theory in international relations? Hans Morgenthau. Option B. Hans Morgenthau's classic text, Politics Among Nations, established realism as the fundamental way of thinking about international relations. Woodrow Wilson was proponent of He was the proponent of idealism. Option C. The SAARC Motor Vehicle Agreement was proposed in November 2014 but could not be accepted due to objections from Pakistan. Subsequently, the same agreement was accepted in June 2015 by four SAARC member countries under another name. Which were these countries? These countries were Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, and Nepal. Which of the following statements is correct about the CENTRO? The Middle East Treaty Organization, MATO, also known as the Baghdad Pact and subsequently known as the Central Treaty Organization. This is correct. It was a military alliance of the Cold War. It is also correct. It was formed in 24th February 1955 by Iran, Iraq, Pakistan, Turkey and United Kingdom. It is also correct. So the correct option is all the above. The Middle East Treaty Organization, also known as Baghdad Pact and subsequently known as the Central Treaty Organization, was a military alliance of the Cold War. It was formed in 24th February 1955 by Iran, Iraq, Pakistan, Turkey, and the United Kingdom. The alliance was dissolved on March 16, 1979. When and where was 4th ASEAN Summit held? It was held in Singapore from 27 to 29 January 1992. So the correct option is option D. Match list 1 with list 2 by using the correct codes given below. NATO. It was signed in 1949. CO2. CO2 it was signed in 1954. INF Treaty was signed in 1987. Yalta Conference was held in 1945. So the correct option is option A. The Rubber Rights Pact of 1952 is signed between which of the following countries? It was signed between China and Sri Lanka. The Rubber Rights Pact was signed in 1952 in the wake of the food crisis in Sri Lanka. Under the pact, China supplied rice to Sri Lanka at lower than market prices and purchased rubber, which was the only exportable commodity of Sri Lanka at that time, at prices higher than international prices. Consider the following statements. India has entered a non-permanent member of United Nations Security Council for the first time in 2021. This is not the correct option because in 2021 India got the membership for the 8th time. The 10 non-permanent seats of UNSC are distributed on a regional basis. This is the correct option. So the correct option for this question is option B. Which of the following countries are the members of the Commonwealth War Graves Commission? Let us see the option. India. India is the member. New Zealand. New Zealand is also the member. Australia. It is also the member. France is not the member. Commonwealth War Graves Commission was founded by Royal Charter in 1917. The member countries are Australia, Canada, India, New Zealand, South Africa, and the United Kingdom. It was founded to commemorate the million men and women from the Commonwealth who lost their lives in the two world wars. The Punchsil Agreement served as the foundation for relations between which two countries? Punchsil is related to China and India. Blue Dot Network Initiative is an initiative led by which of the following countries? It was led by US, Japan, UK and Australia. Option A. The Blue Dot Network is a mechanism to certify infrastructure projects that meet robust international quality standards. The United States, Japan, Australia, and the United Kingdom launched the Blue Dot Network as a multilateral effort to promote principles of sustainable infrastructure development around the world. Natanz and Fordow nuclear plants are located in These plants are located in Iran. Located in Iran's central Isfahan province in Tehran, Natanz hosts the country's main uranium enrichment facility. It is known as the first pilot fuel enrichment plant of Iran. Fordow fuel enrichment plant is Iran's second pilot enrichment plant. India conducts the equivalent exercise with which of the following countries? Maldives. Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action is an agreement between Iran and six countries: United States, Russia, France, UK, China, and Germany. It is related to which of the following? It is related to nuclear capability. The Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, commonly known as the Iran Nuclear Deal or Iran Deal, is an agreement on the Iranian nuclear program reached in Vienna on 14th July 2015 between Iran and the P5 plus, the five permanent members of the United Nations Security Council: China, France, Russia, United Kingdom, United States plus Germany, together with the European Union. Consider the following statements regarding Parvatmala. The aim is to improve connectivity to hilly regions for military troops movement only. This is correct. Border Road Organization is the nodal agency for the scheme. This is also correct. So the correct option is option C. The Falkland Island issue is a dispute between which of the two countries? This is between UK and Argentina. Sovereignty over the Falkland Island is disputed by Argentina and the United Kingdom. Consider the following pairs: military exercise with countries: Shakti, India and France. This is correctly matched. Garuda Shakti, India and Indonesia. This is also correctly matched. Harimau Shakti, India and Malaysia. This is also correctly matched. So the correct option is option D, 1, 2 and 3. Which of the following was a naval exercise announced by India at the Shangri-La Dialogue 2018? This is SIMBAX. Singapore-India Maritime Bilateral Exercise (SIMBAX) is an annual bilateral naval exercise conducted by the Indian Navy and the Republic of Singapore Navy. India conducts the exercise Eastern Bridge with which of the following countries? Oman. The Sydney Dialogue is an annual summit on cyber technology. The Sydney Dialogue is an annual summit of cyber and critical technologies to discuss the fallout of the digital domain on the law and order. Consider the following statements. It was established in 1945 by a UN charter. Its headquarters is in Hague, Netherlands. It settles legal disputes between member countries. The above statements are most appropriately related to which of the following UN bodies? It is related to International Court of Justice. Option A. Dosti is a trilateral Coast Guard exercise involving India, Sri Lanka, and Maldives. With reference to Financial Action Task Force, which of the following statements are correct? India is not a full member of FATF, but it has partial membership status of this organization. This is not the correct statement. All permanent members of the Security Council except China are members of FATF. This is also not the correct statement. So the correct option for this question is option D, neither one nor two. India is a full member of FATF since 2010, as are all the permanent Security Council members, including China. Thank you for watching.